Hey everyone, I've had a couple questions. Well, more than a couple, quite a bit of people asking how you make money on Webtoon. As a side note, this is the third time I've tried to do this video. The first time I was live streaming it, almost well, I did it by accident. Then I realized I was streaming, so I figured I'd go with it. And then my phone rang. And then the second time I was trying to re-record this, my cat started doing her crazy screaming, so I had to put her in the back bedroom. So take three. All right. So how you make money on Webtoon? There's basically three ways. The first one is if you become a featured artist, and that's basically Webtoon acting as your publisher, right? You have a special deal with them where that you get payments from them. That's a whole separate thing, right? So if you get discovered by them and they want to work out a deal, that okay, that's we'll set that aside. There's only really two other ways that you can do it, and both of them are basically Patreon. The first one is obviously have to have a Patreon account, um, but you link that to your Webtoon, and every time you upload a page, it's on the bottom somewhere, like on that page. So it's basically direct interaction with your audience. So they like your webcomic, they click, hey, you'd like to support me, and then they support you. So it's you just interacting with your audience. Um, the other way is when you upload your comic, you are in the Discover series, like that's what they call it, the Discover. It's a category of things. So when you just upload to Discover, um, and if you meet certain subscriber numbers and page views per update, then they will pledge Webtoon will pledge a certain amount to your um, Patreon. So it's limited. It fluctuates because whatever deal they have, whatever with the deal with Patreon or the funding they have for it, it changes periodically. So the first year they did it was like 300 and some people. The top 300 were able to make that. They've expanded it, so now I think it might be even more money. I can't remember what the pool was the last time, but they've expanded it to 500 people. So if you're in the top 500 of Discover, then and I'll switch to this. There we go. So here's how it breaks down. It'll be in the last link in the description. Not eligible. I think I've got like 22 100 subscribers, and I've got a lot of other things going on, so it's hard to update like once, twice a week. Um, but here's how it breaks down. I'm pretty sure that, yeah. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So you have to upload um, at least twice a month. And if you have 5,000 subscribers, I'm pretty sure this used to be 3,000. It's kind of a bummer, but now it's 5,000. Um, you have to once you hit 10,000 subscribers, 20,000 page views per update, then you get the bottom tier. Right? If you hit the subscriber count, you get 100. You're uploading again 2 episodes a month. You get $100. So 20,000, you get $100. So the most you could make at the bottom tier is $200 a month, which for doing a web comic is that's not bad. But so then it goes all the way up. The highest you can get is 150,000 subscribers or more, and 300,000 page views per update, and you can make $1,000. So and this goes for the first 500 people in that kind of tier. So those are pretty much um, the only ways that you can make money off of Webtoon. And so yeah, I mean you're not going to get. Again, if you're featured, that's a whole different animal. And so I don't know how much Webtoon pays for featured stuff since I'm not featured, but for the Discover program, those are pretty much the only way. So, um, you're not going to buy the Maserati or the Ferrari from it, but you can. It can really help. Monetarily make it worth doing. Webcomic. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. If you have any other questions like that, I mean, all this is just the basic stuff that when you upload a comic that you see on your dashboard. So it's not like it's a big secret. You just have to upload a comic to see it. Uh, so yeah. Again, making money on webcomics is not easy. The best thing that you can do in general is just try to engage your audience and cultivate a relationship and have a Patreon or whatever, sell copies of the book, do Kickstarters. Um, so yeah, if you have any other questions, I mean, I'm definitely not an expert, but I can probably find out some things. I think I do know someone who has a featured thing on there when convention season starts back up. I want to talk to them a little bit about how that works out, and how that happened. And so yeah, so like, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and check out another video. And I will be back tomorrow.